What truly separates consistently profitable traders from the rest is not a complex secret, but a single fundamental mistake most traders repeat. In this video, I'll identify that crucial mistakes and, more importantly, show you how to correct it. I promise if you watch the video and apply what's taught here, you will change the way you trade. Let's get into it. Now, how did I notice that mistake? Because I've mentored over 1,000 traders, and this is the common mistakes that most of them do. And that mistake can also be related to trading psychology. So we're going to go over the mistake and how to fix it. Now, looking at this diagram here in the structure, what we can notice is that price moves in smaller waves and bigger waves. In other words, a smaller pictures and a big picture. Now, a lot of people think that, in order to be a good trader, you need to be scalping, you need to be catching every single trade and every single opportunity, when in reality, it's all about quality. It's better than and more important than quantity. So the mistakes people do is trying to catch every high and low and every trading opportunity, thinking that this is the way to make more money, when in reality, it's all about catching the high probability ones, or in other words, the big picture here. What we notice is that we have actually minor structure and major structure. What we can see here is that price goes up, goes lower, goes up, goes lower. And in this case, what a lot of people and the unprofitable traders will do is catch this short and then try to catch also this long and do the same here, catch highs and lows, smaller moves. But in reality, they're going to be getting stopped out a lot of times because the structure here, it's not that clear. The profitable traders, what they're going to do is wait for the big picture to align with the lower time frame. So we need the alignment between the big picture and the small picture. For example, we got this breakout structure here, it's going up, and then as we're coming lower, you want to see the alignment between these swing points and these POIs and the higher time frame structure. And then what we're going to be looking at is an alignment exactly right here. So what you can do here is wait for the small structure or the lower time frame structure to align with the higher time frame one. So the moment you see price testing this area and then given a breakout structure on the low time frame, you can trade from here to the next swing point. And that is a big move, and that is better than catching short here and then long here and then short here, whatever. All these small price movements. What's better is catch this big move from here, potentially to the swing point, and then maybe after taking this high, retracement, adding more position here, trading from here to here. And then when we break structure, maybe trying to catch one here, and then you get stopped out if there was a confirmation. But if there is no alignment between the higher time frame and lower time frame, then you wait for an alignment, which is breaking structure and then coming to this key level here. And then you look for the confirmation here in the lower time frame, and then you go lower from there. Instead of catching long here, then maybe long here, and then you think that it's time to short, and then you short here, and then you long here. All these are unnecessary losses. And even if you think that you'll be profitable with this, with all the number of trades, it's going to be the opposite. When you go and journal your trades, you'll realize that if you decided to catch or to take less trades, it's going to be equaling to more profits. Quality is more important than quantity. So it's all about looking at the major structure instead of the minor structure, looking at taking longs in an uptrend and shorts in a downtrend in the major swing points instead of catching every high and every low. In a downtrend, you catch, or you try to catch every high, and then you try to catch every low, and then trying to make money from all these small movements, when in reality, the market is not that perfect. It will be so noisy here that you will think that it's bullish, and then here it's bearish, and then it's bullish here. When you zoom out and you see the big picture, you know that, oh, we're expanding here and then coming to this point. So that is, even it's a minor bearish structure, but in the big picture, we are bullish. And you realize how this way of trading, which is catching every high and every low, actually related to a lot of the psychological issues in trading. and we'll go over that in the next slide. Now, if you focus on the minor structure and you focus on every high and low, then most likely, and if you're struggling with trading psychology, most likely trading psychology isn't your issue. And why is that? Because if we look at all these issues here, the main reason why this issue is even there, because you're looking at every high and low and not the major structure. Let's go over the first one, fear of missing out. Let's say prices going up and then it just going lower like this to retest an area here. You will be in a FOMO to catch this short thinking that it might just go lower and lower. And you try to make money of this small move. When in reality, if you just wait and then catch the long instead, that's right movement. But because you try to catch every high and low, then you have a FOMO. Also, analysis paralysis. What does that mean? You look at the structure, not like this, but just like this, you look at all the noise, and sometime when price just give a minor breakout structure in a lower time frame, you think that, oh, we're starting to go bullish, when in reality this is all corrective. So that's how you get confused on your own analysis. Impatience, also the same. You're not patient enough to wait for the right opportunity. Over trading, simply because you're taking every high and low, that's your trading plan, trying to catch every high and low, and that's going to equal to a lot of losses. Lack of discipline. If you're disciplined enough, then you need to wait for the right opportunity. So you see, all these issues are related to one main technical issue, not a psychological issue. Now, what's the fix? First of all, we need to zoom out. So if you're looking at, and you need to, again, here, pick 2 to 3 time frames. It's not smart to just look at the 1 minute time frame and try to catch everything here. It's not smart at all. And it's going to be, a losing routine, just looking at the 1 minute time frame. So we need to zoom out. For example, 15 minute and 1 hour, follow the structure. So follow the major structure. When we have a breakout structure here, you want to look for shorts. You don't need to take a long from here. You cannot predict it, even though sometimes you can, but catching the shorts in a bearish market and bearish market structure is much easier than catching the reversals at the lows, okay? And taking longs at the lows. We need to follow the structure. We need to use 2 to 3 time frames, at least 2. You cannot trade, at least in my opinion and in my experience, you cannot trade based on 1 time frame. Now, my time frames, I use weekly and daily for direction, and then daily and 4 hour for structure and POI, and then 15 minute for entry. These are my time frames. You can take them as inspiration. You can play with them. If you mainly want to day trade, these are the time frames you want to focus on. Even though I do hold some trades for over a day or 2 sometimes. If the POI and the structure are on a daily, or sometime I do catch also trades based on a weekly point of interest and a key level. And these trades usually last for more than 1 day, most of the time. So this is the fix, very easy fix, but think about how one small issue actually contribute and is related to a lot of psychological issues, and a lot of your losses are just the same. You're basically not following the structure. You're trying to catch this low and then this high when price goes up, and then when it goes down, and then same. Every high and low you're trying to catch, which is not logical and not smart. So to demonstrate here, we have this key level, then we break above. You don't need to trade here. You don't need to catch this short, not this short. These are the hardest one to trade, and also not logical to short from here, maybe long from here if it's at a key level that is worth it. But you see, we have this key level. As price goes inside that key level, you look for a trade, not here, not shorts here, and not short here also. When do you take a short? Maybe when you have a major breakout structure, then you look for shorts. So that is the higher time frame view. The lower time frame would be this key higher time frame level. You look for an alignment between the time frames. You want to see price going into your direction, and there are a lot of types of entries here. You could take the CCT, you could take the typical breakout structure, and then retracement. you could take a lot of entries, all right? But you need to have an alignment between two time frames, and then just look for lower time frame confirmation and entries in a higher time frame major structure. Now, there is one mistake to avoid, and that is a very logical one. However, I see a lot of people also doing it, which is I say that I look for weekly key level, and a lot of time I take 15-minute entry, even though that's risky. However, I got used to it, and I would say I'm experienced sometime to know which weekly is going to work with 15-minute structure. However, avoid doing this weekly key level. You cannot look for 1 minute time frame entry or 5-minute time frame entry, even though it could work sometimes, and sometimes price will just come to your weekly level on a 1 minute time frame and just respect it perfectly and then go up. Yes, it happens sometimes, but what's gonna happen also a lot of other times, and that's when you think in a probability mindset, this is how you're gonna think. It happens one time, but then 8 other times it does not happen. Is it worth it to take it? Not really, because you're gonna lose 8 other times. You see, you cannot take the 1 minute. Why? Because price could actually take you out multiple times, and because the weekly range is much bigger than the 1 minute movement, right? So we have a key level on a weekly, price could sweep you maybe 10 times before going up, and then you lose maybe 5 times. Okay, so what we need to do instead, and some people actually look for 1 minute candle confirmation or engulfing, when this actually can happen anywhere, but this is not reliable when compared to a weekly time frame. So you need to find a proper time frame alignment. You could use 1 hour or 4 hour for this if you're experienced enough and you know what you're doing, and the weekly range or the weekly key level is not that big, and we already tested the lowest point on it in a bullish scenario, then you could look for 15-minute time frame entry. Now we're gonna go over some examples and just show you in general how it should be and how you should only focus on the major market structure and not the minor one. Now looking at the euro dollar, and this is, I just picked this randomly because this applies to anything. Or actually, let's do, pound, pound yen, for example. All right, let's do pound yen, and let's see how price moves on the 50-minute time frame. If we were just looking at the 50-minute time frame itself, you see how people will try to catch this low, catch this high, catch this low, catch this low, and anything in between, all this minor structure. And I'm not sure what happened here, but because we need to use time frame alignment to know where to take trades from, if you're using the 15-minute time frame, you go to 4-hour time frame, and let's look at what's happening here. We can notice that as prices coming lower, there is nothing that we can trade from, right? So price is just going lower. Anything that we're catching here, if you look at 15-minute, for example, 15-minute break of structure, and then that's it, we're gonna be stopped at. However, because we have some structure here, let's start from here as an example. You can see that we have this high and this high, and then price break above this minor break of structure, and price retested this area. That is first area to look at, right? So we can see price retraced into this area. This is where you can take a trade, and then price goes up. So here, do not try to catch it, even though we know that price will retrace to where? Maybe to this area, all right? So this area here, or maybe this area here, but we don't know when exactly this is going to happen. So stop trying to catch the high. You might be able to maybe catch this one, yeah, but in other cases, you will not be able to. Now price goes up from here. We're not catching the high. Only if you have enough confirmation and if you're experienced enough to take a reversal, then maybe you can from here. After creating this key level, then you take a short from here. Now you see price is going lower. That is your major structure, which is what? Looking at this area here, price comes here, you take a long. You're doing nothing else. We're not taking a long here, not a long here. It needs to be aligning with a 4-hour structure in order to take a 15-minute confirmation, right? And same thing here. Now price breaks above. Where do we look for entry? See this area here? That is a strong area. With this one, that is your area. When price comes here, we take a long, and then price breaks structure. We're not catching the high here and now this high. We're following the trend. Now, the moment price breaks structure, and look for the retest around this level. Now, you're not going to be able to always get it right. So sometimes people would be looking at this major area. You might get stopped out, but then you're following the structure. And here, as prices coming lower here, we're not taking any trade. So now let's go back to 15-minute time frame and see what's happening here. You see what you're catching here? You're just looking at the major structure. You're catching, now this one, I don't recommend catching this one, but you see, as prices coming up, if you know that your 4 hour is just bullish and this is your key area or key level, we know that this is just a minor structure. This is the retracement and not the real structure. And then price goes up. This bullish here, this is the valid or the right structure, which is bullish. This is all a retracement and the minor structure. So we can take longs from here and from here, right? And then going up. That is our major structure. Minor structure, it's the retracement or the pullback. The major structure is the main expansion move. Now this can be applicable on any time frame. You go to just blindly on the 4 hour itself and then try to catch every high and every low. It's not gonna work. We need to have a reference time frame. We go to the weekly. When we go to the weekly, we look at our areas. For example, we have this strong area here, right? We can see price comes here. We also have this strong area here, and we have what? This strong area here. These are all key levels, and I'm focusing on specific ones. I'll explain why maybe in the next videos, but we're not just looking for any key level. This one also is a valid one. Now, these are the levels on a weekly that will be your reference on the 4 hour. Now, if you go to the 4 hour, you can trade in a better way, right? You can see how you can be, or you'll be able to catch more expansion moves other than just, the small moves on a 4 hours. You'll be trying to catch this high, this low, this low. You'll be in a losses. You'd be in a lot of losses here. When you focus on the major structure, you see 4 hour, you get a breakout structure. You know that this is a breakout structure coming from a key level on a 4 hour. You could take this one, and then you take entry here, and you catch all this move instead of catching this. It's not going to be beneficial. So simply we focus on the big picture, not the small picture. So that's it for the video. If you like the video, then make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you want me to discuss in the next videos. Share the video with your friends. That's it for today. This is Mulham, and I will see you in the next video.